hey, mom and dad, I know you totally helped put me through college, but how would you feel if I fought MMA? My kia'i, they go up to the stage. Oh man, and when they start chanting Iku Mau Mau and the crowd starts responding, like I just lose it.
Here in Hawaii, a very special place. We're talking stories, taking it back down memory lane. So sit down, relax as we chit and chat. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, about the kids these days and where they may go. And the reasons why we're proud to call this island home. Here in Hawaii.
Aloha and welcome to the show. Today we're going to be hanging out with Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, the former and first ever Bellator Women's Flyweight World Champion. I knew we'd have a lot to talk about, but we had such a great conversation that we actually stayed way too long at her family home, and you'll see, day turns into night as the episode goes on. I've been following her career for years and I had some burning questions I really wanted to ask. But first, before anything else, because I'm a crazy dog dad, I had to ask her about her constantly growing family of dogs. How many dogs do you have right now?
Okay, officially, I have 4 that are like my dogs. They're all rescue, but we like to foster also.
So at any given time, how many dogs are in your house?
The most we've had was 7 dogs.
Oh my gosh, they're not small dogs either, they're pretty big.
Oh yeah, so like, no, the bed's not even mine anymore. It's literally my dog's. And I never thought that, I'm sure all dog owners say this, but like, I thought I would be the dog owner that would let their dogs up in bed.
Yeah.
And now I'm that crazy dog mom. Yeah, so my dogs are bougie. They like need the AC. In fact, I used to live in a smaller house in San Diego, and when my pack started growing, then I'm like, I need to get them a bigger yard. And so I was on the hunt for a house with like a huge property. I ended up moving to a house that has an acre, and my dogs do not go outside. So it's like, what did I do all of this for, guys? And then I legit was like, okay, do I have to get a stroller for one of them who can't walk really well? Like he's my Bodo boy. His name's Ali Campbell. And he's like one of my medical rescues. So he has a hard time walking. He's like my favorite, honestly. But
You're not supposed to say that.
I know, they're gonna hear me. But
were you always an animal lover? Like, was this something that you knew growing up? Like, I'm gonna just have a gang load of dogs in my
you
house?
know, we always had dogs, but they were outdoor dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were never in the house. And when I got my first dog as an adult, Kope, he was an indoor dog because we had an apartment. It was actually during COVID. He ended up breaking his back or like herniating a disc.
Oh, wow.
And he required 24-hour care around the clock. And like, thank God we were in the lockdown.
Right.
Honestly, like that was one of the silver linings of being in the lockdown, was that I could take care of him. And that just changed my life. Like having a dog that's literally paralyzed and you have to do everything for, it was just like, I would do it again in a heartbeat. And after that, I was like, okay, I want dogs who can't walk. But then my dog daddy was like, let's just start with something a little bit easier, and then we will, see how it goes. But yeah, they're bougie and they're my children, and I love them so much.
We got more with Ilima coming up, but first, let's hit the trail with Greg Desamito of Elite Parking.
Right here is Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. And here's Jax. My favorite team is the Baltimore Ravens. So it's actually Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
So he's a Baltimore fan.
Whether you like it or not. So what makes your heart sing?
So many things make my heart sing. Hiking makes my heart sing. Come out here, just everything. I block out all the working days, all the busy, the problems. come out here with your earphones on, playing your favorite music, Mālama or Celine Dion.
Those are two very similar types. Yeah.
Depending on the weather.
Yeah. How did you get your introduction to hiking where you found this joy in it?
Kind of weird. I was always a gym rat. Working out, thinking I was the strongest guy in the gym, thinking I'm top notch. And my best friend invited me to Cocoa Head one day.
Yeah.
He challenged me. He goes, "Oh, if you can beat me, I'll take care of lunch and everything." And I was like, "Shoot, I'm down." I work out every day. I do the Stairmaster. I went a third way up, vomiting. It destroyed me. I couldn't even make it. Took me almost an hour to get to the top. So it defeated me that day. Ever since then, I went back twice a week, 3 times, and then I got down to every day. And even further, 3 laps. I introduced the Hanauma Bay hike with that, I would do it for like 5 hours.
Oh my God. What's wrong with you? When I hear that, like you said, oh, you couldn't even finish a third of it, and the first thing that came to your mind was, I'm gonna come here and...
I won't let the mountain beat me. Anything I get into, I go 100%. You get a nice car, you do all the rims drop so that nobody else looks like you. So I did the same for my soccer dad SUV. I go too far, I think, in the hobby I'm in at the time.
So how many, you have 3 kids?
Twins, girls,
twins.
And then just, the youngest one is the girl.
When you found out that you guys were expecting twins, were you nervous?
At 18 years old.
Oh, you're 18 when
yeah, I was a shocker, and
wow.
A lot of people gave me like mixed messages, like, you're 18, you're gonna miss out partying, da-da. I said, this is more important. We're gonna have our kids. I worked 2 jobs. Yeah, that's what started the whole thing with the hotels. I got into the hotels at 18 years old, worked as a bellman, and then I met Ryan when I was about 22. So I jumped on the team. I've been with Ryan since. How I came into the company, how I was treated above me with Ryan and other managers, I just say, that's how I want to be treated, so I do the same thing down. And to this day now, I actually have kids of my past employees that I manage. Yeah.
Oh man, that's trippy.
And I'm called uncle now.
Oh, no. I mean, the fact that you have been there for this long and you're this happy, that's
I would
rare.
say I'm 99% of the time smiling.
Oh, wow.
So you'll see at work, I'm the smiley, laughing, funny guy at work. 1%, I'm probably hungry.
He's on key. My parents, I've always said, they are seriously some of the most caring people in the world. And they literally supported me in everything. So this is actually a good example. I was very, very blessed to be able to attend Punahou, graduate from Punahou. I moved to San Diego to attend San Diego State. When I finished my undergrad, my initial dream, I guess, was to be a teacher at Punahou. I wanted to go back and follow in my dad's footsteps, but yeah, I really wanted to be a social studies teacher. And I had even applied to the teaching credential program. I applied for Teach for America, freaking applied for Peace Corps, all of these different, and I thought I had a super strong application, and I literally got rejected from all of them.
Holy smokes.
So that's when I switched my application over to this master's program. It was a liberal arts and sciences program. I got accepted into that. Then I had a summer off, and before going into my master's program. And I ended up joining a random MMA gym on my way to work. And I was just like, yeah, I want to lose weight. And
was
so
it just that you saw the sign, or
literally,
were you thinking,
it was this little warehouse gym, super podunky warehouse gym. And it just had a sign that said MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxing. And after a year of me training and competing in local amateur shows, then that was when Bellator called and asked like, hey, you know, we're starting up this new division. Would you be interested in being a part of it? I'm like, ooh, all right, well, let me call my parents first. And so I asked them, I was like, hey, mom and dad, I know you totally helped put me through college, but how would you feel if I fought MMA? And they were like, down. There
wasn't even a hesitation?
It was, no, not, and that was what surprised me. Like, I thought they were gonna be like, what do you want to,
Yeah.
you know, why do you want to do that for? They were just like, yeah, go for it. Like, do it while you're young and while you're, you know, your body's healthy and you can always fall back on your degree. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But like, after that, I was like, damn, my parents are like ride or die.
Next, we'll meet Dr. Jared Sugihara with Mālama Kidney Center. Then we'll get to the thing that I've been wanting to ask Ilima about since 2017.
Actually, I was going to retire about 5 years ago. And the reason I didn't was because the opportunity to do these things with Mālama Kidney came up. Hawaii has one of the highest incidence of kidney disease in the country.
Why is that?
If you look at a graph of the incidence of kidney disease, Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islanders are far above everybody else. So there's clearly problems with access to care, and part of it has to do with not trusting Western medicine, and part of it has to do with having the time to explain things in a way that makes sense to that particular population. So we found out, for instance, that the Pacific Islander population wouldn't be able to sit through an hour presentation. They would rather hear a story that would make sense to them. So we're in the process actually of working with local communities to come up with little stories from the different Micronesian populations about what it's like to hear you have kidney disease, what their fears were, to try and get them to be more accepting of the kind of information that we have to offer. In order for a patient to really do well, they have to understand their disease, and they have to be able to be activated enough to take control themselves. Because if they understand what they need to do to get better, they're going to be more motivated. If we help them in making decisions, those are all things that get to a better outcome, but the things that no doctor has time to do. We have case managers who contact the patients every month. You know, are you checking your blood pressure? What's your blood pressure doing? You're checking your blood sugar. We're kind of like the helicopter mom looking over things, be sure everything is going right. No one's ever done anything like this here. And so the fact that it's actually working, that we get feedback from patients that they wish they'd gotten to see us sooner, and the facts that so many of them are doing well is really kind of cool to see that what you thought would work actually has been working. Being able to take care of not just the medical part, but the whole part is kind of fun. I told my daughter, you did something, nobody else knows about it, but you. And that's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool thing to be able to have that kind of personal satisfaction.
The first experience and memory that I've had of witnessing you was when you had your first fight here in Hawaii at the Blaisdell. And I've been to thousands of fights, and I've never felt that connected to, this is more than a fight, it's a moment. And I've always been curious what that was like for you, especially so young in your life, like you're still in your 20s, like essentially like putting this whole state on your shoulders and representing them in a worldwide fashion like that. What was that like?
Oh, dude, that was like the heaviest moments, like literally of my life, of my career. Like I remember it was like in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I always say that that's the most nerve-wracking, honestly, is like the locker room, because you know that like you're coming up next and you're just trying to like calm your butterflies down and like, you know, not overexert yourself while you're warming up, but then you're like, did I not warm up enough? Like,
Yeah.
so you have all these like crazy feelings going through your head. On top of that, you know, I'm like running to the bathroom every 5 minutes, like I gotta pee, and like,
Oh, good. I'm not the only one.
yeah. So it's like crazy in the locker room.
Yeah.
But I had 4 like pillars of the community, 4 kia'i protectors, like they were back there with me, and they could tell that like, oh, like
Yeah.
there's like some energy in here. And they just start chanting, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I start getting emotional. I start kind of like tearing up a little bit. In a way, they were like putting a pale over me, or like a protection, like a shield over me, like calling down my kupuna. And then when they were like, okay, Macfarlane, you're up, I'm just like, oh my gosh, here it goes. And I remember walking out like to behind the curtain. You know, I can hear the crowd and everything, and then the lights go down. And that's when like the crowd, it's like, ah!
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, how did I even get here? And then my kia'i, they go up to the stage. Oh man, and when they start chanting Iku Mau Mau and the crowd starts responding, like I just freaking lose it. And I'm like freaking crying in the back, but I'm trying to chant at the same time. And yeah, when they called my name out, then I like walk out. At this point, I'm like crying still. And I have my flag over my shoulder. Every step that I took, getting closer and closer to the cage, just like the more the anxiety just like kind of left, you know?
Wow.
And they walked me up to the cage, and I step inside. I mean, I'm kind of like numb at this point. Like, yeah, honestly, I think I felt numb until she punched me in the face. And then that's when I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
That continues to be like the best night of my whole life. Was that night, that moment. Like you said, it was a moment. It wasn't just a fight. And then on top of that, being able to like finish her was so nuts. Like I always say, like nothing's gonna compare, at least nothing right now has compared to that feeling that I had.
Yeah.
And feeling that energy and that support.
I mean, we were all emotional in the audience, and like people were crying too. And I was like, if I was you, I don't know how I could gather myself together, because that whole entrance, I was like, that's bigger than anything, right? And I was just like, I don't think I could collect myself together and then go, okay, what's the game plan? What's my strategies? What's my techniques? So it's real neat to hear, you know, your firsthand experience. It's answered so many questions I've always had for all these years.
But no, yeah, it's really like you just have to get punched, and then you'll
That's all.
be back in the game. Yeah.
I trained in MMA for a little while.
I didn't know that.
I have a shiny 1-0 amateur record.
Hell yeah!
Undefeated.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's been one of the things that I remember most, was the mental toughness and the strength. You're pushing yourself to beyond limits that you even think of yourself. How did you get that strength from?
So, this is gonna sound kind of like crazy, but
We're all about crazy.
okay. So honestly, a lot of my mental strength and like determination and everything was actually born out of a scorn for guys. Well, okay, so like I've had super crazy relationships. But I always say that I would not have become a world champion if it weren't for that crazy breakup that I had that like motivated me. Like, you want that obstacle because it's just gonna give you an opportunity to like grow and become a better version of yourself. And yeah, you get complacent when you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that like being content is a bad thing. Like
Right.
I'm all about like finding happiness and being content with your life. But I think especially in like certain chapters of your life, you need to continue to grow and be okay with being uncomfortable. I kind of encourage other girls and women to like take that energy, take those emotions that you're feeling, take that hurt and that pain that you might be feeling,
Yeah.
and channel it, and you can like literally accomplish anything.
I've always believed that everything happens for a reason, and painful situations are merely opportunities to learn and grow from. So what Ilima said really resonated with me. In fact, a broken heart, that's actually what got me started in MMA too. Ilima is an amazing person and a fighter, not just in the cage, but in life as well. In fact, she shared way more that we couldn't fit into this episode, so I really can't wait for you guys to hear our full conversation when the podcast comes out. You can find it on YouTube along with old episodes, so go check them out. That's a wrap on our inaugural season of Here in Hawaii. And on behalf of my wife Jamie and myself, thank you so much from the bottom to the top of our hearts for spending time with us and supporting the show. We'll see you in season 2.
Well, I am like a huge proponent of therapy. I'm always just like, yes! My current therapist is a somatic therapist, so she does a lot of like, okay, where are you feeling this in your body? And one of our biggest things is that like, I'm very good at poker face. Like I have to be good at poker face, because of my profession. But she's like trying to get me to like not do the poker face. And I'm like, it's so hard. And but yeah, it's crazy. Like when she's like, oh, like she can tell. She's like, oh, it's coming up. And like I can literally feel like emotions start coming up and then I start suppressing it. And she can freaking tell. So she's incredible. Shout out to Anella. Therapy isn't for everybody.
Right.
But I am a really big advocate for it and at least trying it out. And don't be discouraged if you feel like it's not for you. I always say like, you have to find the right therapist.
Yeah.
It's just like finding a doctor that you jive with or like a gym that you jive with. It's all just about finding the right fit.
Yeah.